Hi everyone, welcome to Swayam Prabha Enhance the Mind, and I'm very excited for this new video. Uh, 2020 is about to end. What are you guys learning, or what did you gain this year, and what did you learn this year? What did you apply? What growth has happened in your career and in your personal life? So it's really the time to analyze because this end 2 months and it quite create a pressure in us because this was a year that did not give us much. We could not enjoy much, we could not roam around much, we could not meet our close people, but yes, it was a blessing in disguise that we had a lot of time to read nice books, to recreate our hobbies, to focus on ourselves, which we do less in this digital world. And it taught us so many things. It taught us that a minimalistic life can help. I purchased less makeup product this year, did less shopping, and focused more on productive activities, on my hobbies, and on my health. So wow, that was a nice recapitulation of my year. And one of the best things that I did this year is reading nice books. So I thought I'll create a set of videos in which I can share the best books that I am reading and the gist of it, so that you don't have to go over these books all over again. You can just take this summary, or you can use my hard work for your benefit, because I will be happy to offer you so. So now so the book I am going through right now, I have two books in lineup. First of all, the book I was going through the airport and that attracted my attention was this. Sorry, how to show it so that you guys can see. This is what got you here won't get you there. I mean, what all habits have brought you here will not take you to the next steps. This is the book I just started, and I'll review it in the next video, just so due to create the curiosity. The book that I am reading currently is this one. Love the color, the cover, and the content, of course, is just awesome and mind-blowing and so in sync with the kind of content that I love to read, that is practical psychology, like those things that you can use very easily in your life. So this book is by Chris Voss, and this author is an FBI negotiator, and he used to do hostage negotiations. I mean, if somebody is kidnapped, how you can talk down the kidnapper so that the hostage is released. So this is a very interesting area of negotiation and research upon it. So he has shared very crisp and practical techniques that he used to use in his FBI negotiations, and I was just amazed to read these techniques and how simple it is and how we can use it in our everyday negotiation. So I'll tell you one or two techniques today, and rest will continue in the following series of videos. So the first technique that just touched my mind is, can you see? Calm the schizophrenic. Wow, what a concept this book offered. It said that whenever we are fighting with someone, we don't talk to that person. We don't listen to that person at all. We listen to things going on in our own mind. I mean, whenever you are quarreling with a person, you are not listening to him. You are not quarreling with him. You are quarreling with the voice in your head. Suppose somebody is said me something and I didn't like it. The voice inside my head is telling, look girl, that boy just insulted you. That boy just said you something very bad which you did not want to hear at all, which was not acceptable to you. This is the voice inside my head. And I shout in response to the voice inside my head. Basically, I am dealing with the voice inside my head, not with the other person. So first, you have to calm down, the voice inside your head. And the quality of the voice inside your head is, the more you shout, the more intense you become, the more you start to quarrel, that voice inside your head becomes more active. Suppose you started shouting that person, the other person is shouting in return, your voice gets the voice inside your head gets intensified, that see, now that person is insulting you more, now that person is saying things nobody would tell you, so that will again intensify the voice inside your head and you'll start shouting more. So how to calm down the voice inside your head is to slow it down a bit. If the quarrel has begun, just slow it down a bit. It is very easy. Slow down your speech rate. Suppose you are telling it very fast, you are angry, you are shouting, you are telling it very fast, just slow it down. Slowing down your speech rate will also slow down your thoughts. So the first technique you can see is slow it down. So just talk in a slow speed. That really helps whenever you are quarreling or whenever you are in any negotiation. It doesn't apply only to the quarrel but also in any other negotiation. Suppose you are thinking that the other party is not listening to you, just tell it little slowly. It has a kind of impact. And the second thing is, I'll not go in detail. Whoever are interested can take this book from the AnyBooks app and they can read. So I'm not going in detail of it, but yes, I'll just tell you the gist. The second technique is I want to show you the voice. So in the voice really matters. Now I am talking to you in a voice that is that I think will be impactful, that I think will have you'll like to listen. But if I start shouting, growling, and talking to you in a harsher tone, of course you guys will not listen. So the voice has impact in any negotiation, whether you are sitting in a viva or you are sitting on a dinner table with your crush, or whether you are talking to your parents, or whether you are talking to a deal negotiator, with a client, or with a you are trying to sell something. Anything, voice has an impact. So the writer has given an example of slow night FM DJ voice. Whenever you want to get something, use a slower, soother voice, and that will really help you to crack the deal. And third, the most exciting thing is, I'll show you, it is mirroring. What is mirroring? Mirroring is basically, mirroring is a very fine technique that we have learned when we used to read books about psychiatric interviewing, and our teachers have taught us to have empathy. Empathy is just understanding in what position the other person is. Mirroring is quite similar to that. In mirroring, what you can do is try to show to the other person that you are understanding. Most of the times we understand the other person, but we do not show him or her that we are understanding. How can you show through your body language that you are understanding a person? Repeat the end words of the line of the person, or concept. Suppose the other person had said you some 4-5 lines. Repeat to them the summary of what they have said. When you repeat to the other party the summary of what they have said, they feel understood, and they feel that you are understanding them. And feeling understood is a basic human requirement. Everybody wants to feel understood. So you can use this basic human requirement in your negotiations. So that the person that they are feeling understood. Once they start feeling understood, they start feeling safer with you, and they reveal the kind of information that they don't feel safer to reveal before they have felt understood. So it makes them quite comfortable, and they are ready to accept your deal if you show them that tactical empathy, that you are standing in their place, kind of thing. So mirroring was really nice. It is very well described. And so at the end of the this group of techniques, the author says that if you want to confront a person, suppose somebody is telling something that you know very well is wrong, you want to confront that person. Telling it outrightly that the other person is wrong is not going to get you a lead. You lose the deal. So what to use? Use a nice voice. Start with, I'm sorry, I could not understand, if you cannot understand any point. Then mirror them, summarize them what they have said. That is, paraphrase them what they have already said. And the last one is silence. We forget that silence is a very important component of any negotiation. When the other party is saying, or after he has finished, or after you have just returned to him the summary of what he has said, just maintain a little silence. The silence makes the other negotiator very comfortable and very safe. And then repeat these 4 techniques again and again in a negotiation. And please let me know what effects you had in your in all your negotiations after you had used these 3-4 techniques that I have discussed. And in the next video, of course, we'll discuss all the more techniques. I'm very excited to finish this book, and I'll come up with another video where I will share a lot more techniques. By then, enjoy your time, utilize your last 2 months of the year, and bye bye.